Joined with UNI head volleyball coach Bobbi Petersen as the UNI Panthers get ready to kick off the 2019 season. The Panthers receiving votes in the AVCA Top 25 poll, unanimously picked to win the Missouri Valley Conference. Coach coming off regular season co-champs, conference tournament title. A lot of respect for your program year in and year out. Where do you set the expectations for this year's volleyball team?
I think, for us, it's always part of our mission each year to win a conference championship and ultimately to get to the NCAA tournament, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to win a national championship. So I think the thing that our team has understood over the years, whether you're picked first, whether you're picked last, that's exactly what it is a preseason poll. And especially when you're looking at the conference, there's a 2.5-month period in there where you have to grind it out and you have to be willing to show up every day, not just to get better, but to play match in, match out in order to be able to win a conference championship. It's a lot of hard work, and I think part of why we schedule the way we do in the preseason is to prepare for that grind that we know we're going to have in the conference. But our mission this year, it's a lot like this every season. The expectations and the tradition of this program, it is about winning championships, and it's that chance to go for a national championship by getting to the NCAA tournament.
You lose three seniors, a couple key contributors on the court in Piper Thomas, Kendall Sorge, but you return some all-conference kids. You have Rachel Coop at setter, Carly Taylor named preseason All-Missouri Valley Conference. They'll kind of be looked to really lead the team this year on the court.
They will, and you look at Piper and Kendall, I think the biggest thing with trying to replace people like that is they've been playing for 4 years. It's not just, they showed up for a couple years, they've been on that court, and so replacing them, you don't really replace them, you just try to fill the holes in different ways. But you obviously look to your leaders last year in Carly and Rachel, and two kids that I think have just picked up their part of the game last year in terms of the workload that they've had. And then you look at this year, hey, we're going to ask for more this year as well. But they did such a good job last year, Carly being that 6th rotation player. But we're going to put more on her. She's going to be a primary passer. We want her to be a defender. We want to see what she can do at the service line. And then Rachel, obviously, as leading our offense, is somebody that has a lot of workload naturally because of her position. So two kids, we're looking to be leaders as well. And obviously the conference had a lot of respect for them as well.
Kate Buswitz and Jadlyn Seahouse both named second-team all-conference performers a season ago. JJ's still battling some injury, unsure when we'll see her, but how does Kate's role maybe change with Piper gone and her being pretty versatile?
Yeah, Kate has been awesome. She's had a great spring, and I look at Kate as somebody that she is the leader in that area now. Middle rights, she's leading the way. She also stepped in and did a lot for us on the outside because we didn't have outsides training, so she's somebody that's so flexible. We're going to be able to push her in the offensive side, put her in some imperfect situations, and she's going to be able to help us score, which will take a lot of pressure off of some of our other positions that might have new people in. And really have loved what she's done blocking. That's been an area that's been frustrating for her personally, but she's just made some huge strides in that area. And also just a tremendous leader for our team. She's stepped out of her comfort zone doing some things leadership-wise that I know will be beneficial for us as well this year.
All right, we'll have more coming up with UNI head volleyball coach Bobbi Petersen, and we'll preview the UNI football team's offense. All coming up on Panther Sports Talk.